Let's get some insights from Attorney Nery Colmenares, Counsel for the Victims. Attorney, thank you very much for joining us here on our program.
Hi. Thank you, Angela Angelo, for inviting me.
All right. Of course, we've all heard yung mga reports saying that the camp of the former president is asking for parang maging ano na lang kayo, maawa na lang kayo because he has early signs of dementia and therefore a house arrest would do him good back here in the Philippines. What can you say po with regards to that?
Well, the medical fitness, kasi they're claiming that he is unfit for trial. I stated so many times,
yes,
this is really premature because there's no trial yet.
Right.
What we are now merely on the stage of confirmation of charges. The confirmation of charges may result either in one, not the confirmation of charges, and therefore there is no trial. And second, of course, that the charges are confirmed, so there's a trial. So for us, this is just a delaying tactic in the sense that whether or not it's true that he became unconscious or that he has early stages of dementia, it's not an issue in the confirmation of charges. So, but basically, we've understood and we agree with the prosecutor that the actions of the defense of President Duterte is merely to delay the trial. The reason behind that is they know, President Duterte knows that if a trial ensues, if there is a trial, he has no evidence whatsoever that can be presented to the court that will really prove that he has nothing to do with the drug war and the EJ case. After all, he practically ruled the country using his statements to kill during the drug war. So kung wala na siyang ebidensyang mai-submit, then I'm sure he knows that he will be convicted. Therefore, the only legal tactic now is to delay the trial and if possible, have an interim release.
And Attorney, by saying that he has early signs of dementia, is this the way of the defense by putting it on record that he does not recall certain events para pag tinawag sa stand siya, pwede nilang labanan ito?
Well, that's actually a good point, Angelo. So yeah, maybe they can say that he couldn't remember, but that is not the evidence that's going to be presented in the ICC. In fact, he is not even expected to be presented as a witness. There is a right against self-incrimination.
Okay. Right.
So the evidence of the prosecutor would be the documents, the orders, the TV public statements, and so on. The testimony of Las Cañas maybe, or Garma, or so many things. Duterte will not be presented in the ICC. So there's really no relevance of whether he can remember the event or not. Otherwise, anybody who is accused in the Philippines, even the flood control projects, they will say, I don't remember it. And then he goes scot-free, right?
Exactly.
So, no, that's not it. The prosecutor will present evidence other than the testimony of the accused.
Now, Attorney, I was wondering if, would you know kung meron na po ba before na precedent, something like this happened before in the ICC na ganito yung defense nila.
Humanitarian.
Oo, na kunyari, not kunyari, but yung sinasabi nila na hindi nila naaalala.
Yung humanitarian will not be a defense sa trial, sa conviction. It can be used for interim release. Ang sabihin nila, pwede ba i-release muna? But not to i-acquit nyo ako kasi yung awa naman kayo. No. Maraming nakakulong sa Pilipinas, Angela Angelo, na cancer nga ayaw palabasin. Nung panahon nila, President Duterte, there were cases, presidente siya noon, when we asked for the executive to really allow certain prisoners to have even a medical checkup. In fact, meron pang ang baby na namatay dati sa kulungan dahil kinulong yung nanay.
Yes.
No? So, now they're claiming this as a major issue sa kanila na parang no-violate ang human rights nila. When in fact, during their term, they never cared at all for the welfare of the prisoners in the Philippines. So I don't think they'll use humanitarian as a defense. And even if they will use it, that will not matter in the court. The court will decide on the basis of evidence and convict or acquit Duterte on the basis of the evidence.
Well, the question
presented.
now, attorneys, everyone wants to know, when do you think this will go to trial? And will this go to trial?
Yun nga ang problema. We don't know when it will go to trial because just the mere confirmation of charges is being delayed.
Yeah.
You know, all these things, they've raised this issue, disqualification of the prosecutor, disqualification
Yes,
of the judges, then interim release, then they took back the request for interim release, and then they reiterate again interim release, and so on and so forth. Now it's medical, they want to litigate the medical condition of the president before the confirmation of hearing. And I said, why litigate it now? It's an issue of whether he's fit or unfit for trial. So
Yeah.
wait for the trial. If the charges are confirmed and a trial is ordered by the court, then you can raise it there, but not during the confirmation of charges. That is really disadvantageous to the families of the victims, Angelo and Angela. Why? Ang kaanak nila namatay
Yeah.
noong 2016, 2017. Until now, it's just confirmation of charges stage.
Right.
2025 na. Postponed pa. So, really, at least si Duterte, he is alive medically, ma-check siya, his children can visit him. The families of the victims, yung anak nila forever nang wala yan. Yung magulang nila, wala na yan. So, where is justice here? If justice is given to him because he claims to have dementia and he couldn't remember, while those children and the mothers and the parents were pleading for their lives. And yet, President Duterte's police executed them
Right.
despite their claim na maawa naman kayo sa akin.
Well, we don't have much time, but meron na po ako very quick question sa inyo, attorney. Yung sinasabi po ni former presidential spokesperson Harry Roque na itong sinasabing term na indirect, anong tawag doon? Indirect conspirator. Yan, o sabi niya first perpetrator rather. Sabi niya ay ito yung first time lang narinig, wala naman daw siya narinig na ganito, and can you also say or tell us about yung mga sinasabi na inhumane yung ginagawa kay Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte sa ICC?
Indirect perpetrator is in the rules of the ICC. It's in the Rome Statute. These are for people who did not really pull the trigger but ordered it. So the direct perpetrator, of course, is the policeman who shot the
Right.
victim, right? The one who ordered or facilitated it is an indirect perpetrator. So yeah, is this inhumane? I don't see any inhumaneness in the cases filed against him. You file a case, the families of the victims filed a case because they were deprived of justice during the term of President Duterte. They filed it in the ICC, and the ICC is looking whether or not to have a trial here. I don't see anything inhumane here. In fact, thousands of Filipinos were imprisoned by Duterte, many without charges. And until now, they have to suffer all these, the vagaries of being in prison. So I don't see what's happening to Duterte is happening to thousands of other Filipinos, especially the poor who are languishing in prisons in the Philippines
Right.
today.
Okay.
Well, thank you for that, Attorney Nery Colmenares, Counsel for the Victims, for joining us today on our show.
Maraming salamat po.
Thank you. Maraming salamat po.